Did you know that we have channel memberships now? If you'd like to help support this channel, get some exclusive Kawabana emotes to use in the comments, as well as an exclusive badge by your name, click that join button now to find out more. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks, guys. A group of 4 students were bored and decided to visit Tsubono Well, the infamous Spiriting Away Hotel. 2 young women visited the hotel for kimodameshi in the past and were never seen again, leading people to believe they were spirited away upon visiting the building. The area was a famous hot spring, and the building was once a prosperous Japanese inn. But there were rumors that the hotel owner killed himself, and shortly thereafter, the building was left abandoned. The group was just looking for a bit of fun, so they jumped in the car and drove over. The building sat in the middle of nowhere, the perfect spot for a little fun away from prying eyes. It was the middle of summer, but when they arrived, they felt a chill. It was cold enough for a jacket. The front door was locked, so they climbed through a nearby open window, one by one. They used their phones to light the way, barely able to see each other's faces in the gloom. The roof above their heads was rotten and caving in. They were more worried about that coming down and killing them all than any ghosts that might be around. But even so, it was a famous ghost spot, and they really wanted to see something spooky. They discovered some stairs and proceeded to the 2nd floor, hoping to find something a little more fruitful up there. The stairs were covered in dust from years of disuse. They then went through each room, looking for something, anything, that might be of interest. They found empty concrete bathrooms and damp tatami mats, but very little else. "Hello? Is anyone there?" one of the boys yelled out. They joked around, tossing things and playing in the empty rooms. But then suddenly, splash! They heard the sound of someone stepping in a puddle. It was sunny outside, and they hadn't seen any water on their way through the building. They looked at each other. The hairs on their arms stood on end. Either way, they were no longer alone. The group took off running towards the stairs, their footsteps thundering throughout the building as they rushed for the window, unable to turn back and see what might be waiting for them. The Tsubono Well Japanese Inn went bankrupt in 1982, leaving behind an 8-story building on 3,300 square meters of land in the middle of Uozu City, Toyama Prefecture. According to some rumors, the owner vanished without a trace. Others claimed he committed suicide. Either way, the building was left abandoned, standing tall in the mountains of Tsubono. The hot springs on the hotel grounds were salty and said to be effective for people suffering from skin diseases, nerve pain, gastrointestinal disorder, and women's diseases. They brought people from all over the country to visit their healing waters. But the hotel was still burning money, and so the owners were forced to close it, leaving the building behind. The hot springs are still there, of course, but after being abandoned for close to 40 years now, the accommodations aren't quite as nice as they used to be. At 9 p.m. on May 5th, 1996, 2 19-year-old girls from Himi City told their parents, "We're going out for kimodameshi," got in the car, and were never seen again. The girls' destination was Tsubono Well. The police were able to determine this from a message the girls paged their friends. "We're in Uozu City now." The girls were also seen on National Highway 8, heading towards Uozu City, around 10 p.m. that night. The 2 girls were high school friends. At the time of their disappearance, one girl was a company employee, and the other, the owner of the car, worked at a supermarket. Yet, what happened to them that night remains unknown. A large-scale search was conducted, but they found no sign of the girls. Even the car was gone. It wasn't until March 1997, a year later, and when the girls would have been 20, making them legal adults, that the police went to the public looking for information on their whereabouts. To this date, nothing has ever been found of the pair. So what happened to them? As is common for abandoned buildings, violent gangs took up residence in Tsubono Well not long after it was abandoned. It became a famous ghost spot for its creepy nature, but it also became a popular hangout for teenagers and young adults looking for a place to get away from it all and run wild. But did Yakuza and bike gangs have anything to do with the girls' disappearances? Or was it something else entirely? There are various supernatural legends surrounding Tsubono Well. Supposedly, the owner hung himself and his spirit haunts the building to this day. Others claim you can see the spirit of a child who drowned in the pool. The boiler room is also haunted. There are ghosts all over the building, and if the Yakuza don't get you, they will. There are even a list of conditions you must meet if you wish to return from Tsubono Well safely. 1. You must not drive to the building in your own car. 2. You mustn't drive to the building in a white car. 3. You must take care when opening doors. 4. You mustn't go alone. 5. You mustn't say your name or give out any other personal information when inside the building. And 6. You must visit a temple or shrine to be purified after visiting the building. If you fail to meet these conditions, there can be no guarantee for your safety. If you believe the rumors, that is. Gibbo Aiko, a famous spirit medium who seems to appear in every ghost spot story, reportedly visited the hotel for a TV program and proclaimed how dangerous the place was. But whether you believe the stories or not, the fact remains that the building itself is dangerous and on the verge of falling apart after 40 years left untouched. It's not a safe place to visit for any reason. But what did you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below and I'll see you again next time.